Hi, I'm Pastor Adrienne. I want to thank you for tuning in today. Now, if you haven't already done so, please make sure you subscribe to our page so you never miss a broadcast. Today, I want to talk about speaking up. I'll give you 5 steps to skillfully advocate for yourself when things are not quite going the way you think they should. Let's start with 5 names that are in your Bible, but you probably don't remember reading them. The names are Mala, Noah, not the builder of the ark, Hagla, Milcah, not the grandmother of Rebekah, and Tirzah. These are 5 sisters, the daughters of Zelophehad. You can find their story in Numbers chapter 27, verses 1 through 11. Now, Moses, yes, that Moses, and Eleazar the high priest were instructed by God to take a census of all the men who were aged 20 and up. They needed to know how many men they had who were eligible to go to war when they went into the promised land. Because although God had promised them the land, it still needed to be conquered. Now, when they were counting the men from the tribe of Manasseh, it was discovered that Zelophehad didn't have any sons, only daughters. This presented a problem because the land and inheritance was typically passed down through the men in the families. That way, a tribe would never lose its land due to marriage. But since their father had died during the 40 years of wandering in the wilderness, the girls wanted to know why their father's name should disappear from his clan just because he had no sons. They wanted to get property with the rest of their relatives. But instead of being mad and talking about how unfair the inheritance laws were, they took their complaint to someone who could do something about it, Moses. They advocated for themselves, and Moses was wise enough to take their case to God. And the Lord told Moses, the daughters of Zelophehad's complaint is legit. Give them the land that would have been given to their father. Problem solved. Now, have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you got a raw deal? Maybe there was a change in a policy or laws that you believe was not in your best interest. There's a couple of things you can do. You can be mad and complain, or you can take these 5 steps like Zelophehad's daughters. So, number 1, know the facts, not the rumors that surround the situation. Moses and Eleazar were actively communicating the boundaries that each of the 12 tribes would inherit in the promised land. They knew there wasn't an allocation for them. It was not fake news. Number 2, understand how the policy would have a negative impact on you. Just saying it's not fair isn't good enough. They didn't take a what about me attitude. These sisters were able to point out that even though their father sinned, their heirs shouldn't be cut off from owning land just because they were girls. Number 3, be assertive but not aggressive. It's always better to have a calm and professional tone. You don't always have to give folk toe to get your point across. Instead of making you statements, focus on I statements. Instead of saying, you're cheating me, you can say something like, I feel like this when that happens. In this case, these daughters felt cheated when the land was allocated. Now, number 4, present a solution. In this case, giving the sisters land preserved their father's legacy, which was really important during that time. And finally, be patient. Moses needed time to pray before he could give the right solution to their concern. Now, while whomever is in charge is going through their decision-making process, make sure you pray with the understanding that it might not work the way you want, but God is able to make all things work for your good. Sometimes, when you advocate for yourself, policies change so that you aren't the only one to benefit. As a result of Zelophehad's daughter speaking up, the inheritance laws were changed for everybody so that if this situation ever came up again, they would know what to do. A precedent was set that would bless future generations because a group of sisters spoke up. Well, that's all for now. I'm Pastor Adrienne. Thanks for watching. And remember, if this message blessed you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a broadcast. God bless.